Let's meet your guitar. First, it's always a good idea to use a guitar strap. It will help stabilize your guitar as you can concentrate on playing rather than holding and balancing it. If you're right-handed, grasp the strap with your right hand as you hold the guitar in front of you. Then lift the strap high enough so that you can put your head and right arm through the strap. And the guitar will come to rest, balanced in front of you with the strap over your left shoulder. Your left hand will hold the guitar neck. And of course, if you're a left-handed player, just flip around what I just showed you. Now let's look at the anatomy of your guitar. Let's start down here by your left hand. This is the headstock. This is where the tuning pegs are located, each one used to tune each of your 6 strings. 6 strings on the guitar, and each string is assigned a number, from 6 to 1, with 6 being the thickest string closest to your chin, and 1 being the thinnest string closest to the floor. So we count like so. This is string 6, string 5, string 4, string 3, string 2, and string 1. The plastic piece with the slots that hold your strings in place on their way to the tuning pegs is called the nut. As we move farther up the neck toward the guitar's body, we have thin metal bars that are embedded into the neck of the guitar. These are called the frets. The flat part of your guitar's neck on the surface, which holds the frets, is referred to as the fretboard. Your frets also have number designations, with the fret closest to the nut being the 1st fret, the 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret, and so on and so forth as we move higher up the neck. Most guitars will have dots or other markers on the fretboard. These markers may also appear on the top of the guitar neck as you peer downward. The markers on the top of your neck and on the fretboard will align with each other, and they're there to serve as guides, like mile markers on the highway, to help you navigate to different positions on the neck as you play songs. On most guitars, these markers will be on the 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, and 12th frets of your guitar neck. The 12th fret will be identified with double dots or some other unique identifier, different than the other markers, so that you know you have reached the octave. We'll cover that more in detail later. Now that you've ascended the neck, you've come to what's referred to as the body of your guitar. This is where the sound reverberates and emanates from through this round, hollow opening here, which is called the sound hole on an acoustic guitar. And finally, the piece here, this plastic piece, where your strings are slotted through, is called the bridge. So if someone says, "Take me to the bridge," there you are. Now I'd like to talk to you about your left hand, or if you're a left-handed player, your right hand. The fingers on your left hand are each assigned a number as well, with your pointer being finger number 1, your middle finger being finger number 2, your ring finger being finger number 3, and your pinky being finger number 4. Sorry, Mr. Thumb, you don't get a number designation. You're going to spend most of your time behind the neck, helping to stabilize the guitar as you play chords and single string lines. Now, let's look at how to hold a pick. You'll hold the pick between your thumb and your 1st finger. If you were just to kind of curl your finger, place the pick there, thumb down. You don't want a lot of the pick surface, the pointy part of the pick, sticking out, because if too much is sticking out, when you're kind of strumming and getting all into your music, the pick is going to come loose and go flying into the front seats of the audience. You can keep your other fingers kind of curled up into a ball in the palm of your hand, or you can relax them and let them hang loosely. You just want to make sure you have a firm grip of the pick between your thumb and your curled 1st finger of your hand. Let's talk about the proper way to fret a note. So when you're fretting a note, that's the action you're taking when you're pushing down on a string with your fingertip to push the string against the fretboard. When you push it all the way down, the note will ring cleanly. So here it is, with my finger just laying on it, and as I begin to push down and put pressure, the note will ring clearly. As a general rule of thumb, you'll want to place your fingertip as close to the fret without sitting on top of it or moving over into the next fret area. So for example, if we were to say put your first finger on the first string at the first fret, you would put your fingertip right there. If we were to say put your second finger on the fourth string at the second fret, you would put your fingertip there. Not back here, not across here. Second fret would be there. So this is the first fret area, second fret area, third fret area, etc. It's also very important when fretting a note to maintain a curve, an arch on this first joint right here of your finger. You want to make sure that you're maintaining that so that you're having clearance of any strings that are beneath where you're fretting. As an example, here, all three of these strings, 3, 2, and 1, are ringing clearly because I'm maintaining that arch. If I let that arch collapse like this, not so good, because the underside of my finger is now touching the strings beneath where I'm fretting and interfering with the notes ringing clearly. If you're fretting a chord and you run into that situation, you'll just need to reposition your finger, make sure you're on your fingertip, make sure you're maintaining that arch, and make sure that you have clearance underneath that finger so that nothing is touching the strings that are needing to ring clearly.